Alright, you guys, I don't know where the video left off, but we got our motherboard in, we got the 6 screws done, we got the new grease on the motherboard components, and we made sure this other one was connected good. We got our memory in, we got 24 gigs DDR3 here. This is a AM3 Plus motherboard system. We got the processor, the FX 8370, so the best one you can get for this system, the best you can get for an AM3 Plus system. We have a 600 watt power supply that can take 2 of these cards, no problem. So now we're just going to, we hooked up all our motherboard stuff right here that we needed. We looked in the manual and showed us where to hook our reset switch, our power switch, our reset LED and the hard drive LED and all that. So that's all hooked up. We got our little speaker hooked up right here, the beep beep speaker. We got our motherboard power right here, 12 volt power. We need to make sure this is connected or the motherboard won't go on. We got the 24 pin, the main connection right here, the main connection and the side connection, both of those. Okay. So now we will hook up the hard drives. I already got my hard drives hooked up, so we're going to be just running the lines to the board, and that's it. So we'll see what we got here. So I'm starting my motherboard. We got 6 SATA connections here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 is the first one. So you're going to want to do your main motherboard, your main hard drive. You want to be the first one. So my C drive is going to be number 0. So here we go. Make sure that C drive is 0. Okay. And then my D drive, my first data, will be the second one. That'll be number 1. And then my data number 2, that will be number 2 on the board. So 0, 1, and then 2 is the next one. Data number 2, okay, so it's Windows C, data 1, data 2, and the next one, we're going to do the RV Life main drive, so my channel drive. Okay, that'll be number 3 on the board. Okay, they should pop in and lock and not come off. So pop and lock, and then the next drive, the last one, my DJ drive for my DJ stuff. So we'll put that right here. Let's see, number 4. Oh, number 4 not available, so we'll just do number 5. Okay, number 5, and then actually we're gonna have to switch it up. We'll just switch one up here because one of these is side mounted, so it blocks. So we'll have to switch one up. Now we got my CD as well, so my CD is there. So we got 5 hard drives and my CD player, DVD, actually DVD burner. So that's 6. So I got 6 slots taken, 5 hard drives, 1 CD, 1 DVD burner. That's maxed out. Okay, very simple system. These SSD drives are awesome. They don't fail ever really, and there's no moving parts, and they're super fast. So get rid of your moving drives. Just get the SSD drives. They're very cheap. You can get a 250 gig or 500 gig drive for $50 right now. It's a good deal. So I run them all on that, and my system runs real fast. And I got the 8-core processor real fast. So this is a really fast, older system. And you can game really good on this. You can game Battlefield and all that stuff. Some of the older Battlefields I could game on high settings with this system. So the only choking point is really getting another card. So I'm going to have this card set up, the Geforce GTX 970, and I'll buy another card for $200 used. and be running crossfire. So they'll run together and be running the power of 2 cards and really giving me really good performance for a really low price of a system, really. So there we go. The system's kind of set. Let's see here. We're going to have to... we got power hooked up. And when I test my system, I'm going to have stuff laid out like this. Make sure it runs good, and then I'll pack it all in there. Make it all nice and neat. I'll have some drives tucked up here. But these drives are pretty cool, so they don't need a lot of air on them. So let's go ahead and put my main video card in there. This big old sucker. So this would be just a regular testing video card, 2 gig. And this is the massive 8 gig gaming card. Super awesome. So quite a difference. So let's put this in here like this. Okay. Pop that down and secure the screw on the side. So we got our screw right here. And we'll secure that right here. Alright, so our card's in, looking good. Now we need to run power to our card. So let's bring this cable up here, make all our cables real nice. We just do them one at a time. So here we go. I believe, let's see, there we go. Like that, and like that. So there's power to the card. So, pretty much set here. Got all my wires to the board hooked up. I got all my cables hooked up. My Windows drive is already set up for this same motherboard, so I won't have to do any drivers because it's the same motherboard and I'm loading all the same things, so it should fire right up. Hopefully, you guys, the only problem with this system was the motherboard. This is unconfirmed whether my processor died or my motherboard, but I did have red water go all over my motherboard, and it worked for a while after that, and then my system died. So I believe it was this. The water got in the connections, and it's a miracle it even fired up. I mean, you know, pour some water down your motherboard and see how it goes. You know, so cross our fingers that this actually, it's a brand new motherboard for $55. Cross our fingers that it works. It's phenomenal condition. This is an unused motherboard, so I'm really happy about that. So here we're set up, ready to go. Everything's hooked up. We just double check everything. All the wires are good. So in a second, I will take this to my room, hook the power supply up, and then I will do my HDMI out to my monitor, my big screen, and then sound and whatnot. Get the sound going. All the front stuff should work right now. So we got our front kind of. Let's connect this back up here. Okay. There we go. So that should all work again. Alright, so now we just need to hook that, power supply up and see how it goes. Cross our fingers, everything works. Like I said, we got the new CPU grease on the motherboard components and the processor. So everything perfect. And since I know this graphics card works, we're gonna start with that. Should be fine, and then we'll be good to go. And I got pretty good grease. So you got enough grease in this tube to do this 2 more times. 2 more times, so not bad. Alright, you guys, I'm nervous, but hopefully this works. I really want my computer back. I have not been able to do any work and access to all my files and everything for 2 businesses and my whole personal life on these 5 drives. So let's get this going. My next video, my next computer I'm going to be doing is we're going to build a Threadripper system. So we're going to build a Threadripper 2850 processor system that is going to just kick ass for video, and that's going to be about either $1,000 or $1,200. So probably about $1,200 to build it without video card. So, but I already got one card, and when I build that, I can steal this video card and put this back in, or I could just get another one. So we'll see. But yeah, new Threadripper system coming soon. As soon as I sell some more of my motorcycles and stuff, and then this will just be a backup system, and could be a good gaming computer for when I have company at the RV, and they want to game with me, and I'll have my own computer and they'll have theirs, and we can game together both on our own computer system. So this will be a good backup system, but also for guests. But a really powerful system, and they'll be able to game like crazy with me. So, but yeah, here we go, you guys. All right, there's my video. I don't know where I cut off before, but basically we were just hooking up the wires on the board, and we did all 6 SATA cables, so we're good on that. We got 24 gigs of memory. We got 2 8-gig sticks, 2 4-gig sticks. We got the processor, the FX 8370 processor, 8-core. The maximum you can get for this board for the AM3 series. And we're good to go, you guys. Let's rip it. Let's do this. Fire it up. Thank you for watching. Any questions, you guys, just put them in the chat and I'll answer them for you. Thank you. Guys, RV Life, DJ Darren. Success is ours. Computer works. It was the motherboard, so everything's fired up great like it should. I got all my 5 drives, and here we are. We got the processor working great, 24 gigs of DDR3 running good, everything good, running good. But there we go. So that's good. Also want to note that when I called around shops, if someone was going to test the system, if they even could, they wanted to charge $100. So the problem is that each part, so it was either the processor or the motherboard. Now I can get a new motherboard for $120, but I got this used one that works great for $50. So why would I pay someone $100 and then they say, oh, it's the motherboard, or they say it's the processor? Well, I can get each of those for $100 and almost new or new. So just buy the part. If you don't have the part, then you're not able to test it. So it's like you have to bite the bullet and go, well, I'll just buy the motherboard. And so that's what I did. I got a really clean, and it looks like brand new motherboard. They listed it as used, but it's brand new. It's not been used. So it was cherry. So I redid the grease, the CPU grease on all the components on the motherboard, and new grease for the CPU, and so it's cherry. So it cost me $55 to fix my computer, and I put in a brand new motherboard. But otherwise, you could buy a brand new one for about $115, or a processor you could get used for about $100. So you would just do that instead of paying someone. You would just replace the item that you think failed. Now I did use a different video card to see if it was that. I knew that the power supply was good, so I knew it was either the processor or the motherboard. And the motherboard I had spilled. My water cooling failed, so water went on it. So I knew that was most likely the culprit, because it had worked for a while, but there was a spill on it. So most likely that was it. So alright guys, everything's working. Glad. There you go. There's your builder computer. You can build this whole computer for $420 minus the video card. This video card's $200 used, and I'm gonna get another one, so I'll be running Crossfire. I'll be running 2 cards, but otherwise that little cheapy one was $50. But yeah, I would just get a used good video card, a 970 or a 980, and then you'd be good to go. Alright, you guys, signing out. I got to get all my files back on here and get my computer going. I've been dying without it. Been without it for a couple weeks, and using the backup laptop, and it's ready to put that back on the shelf. Alright, you guys, thank you for watching the video. I'm out.